This episode of Savage Sessions is brought to you and produced by Radio Salad Studios. And now your host, Chucky T.
Our opening shot takes us over top of what looks to be a map of the Weird West. It starts at the Mississippi and quickly moves across the western part of the country. We can see it's denoted north and south until we get to California. And the camera continues to dive down onto that section of the map. And it swirls around a section referred to on the map simply as the Great Maze. It continues to get closer down, and we see the clouds begin to come into view. The map is torn away, and we see the actual Great Maze itself. The West Coast is nothing more than broken plateaus, rising hundreds of yards above the encroaching waters of the ocean. The camera continues to spiral around, and at the bottom of the screen, we see the words Lynchburg as the camera dives down onto a small mining town on top of one of the plateaus. Below Lynchburg, it says earlier, and we see the double doors push open, and we see the black float moving in. We're going to the point of view of Culber's killer. People are looking down at the killer, but their eyes get big and they move back. Other people turn and kind of sneer at them, and they move off. And the killer's glancing briefly left and the right. We see Mariposa Lil towards the back of the room, and she just shakes her head and points and, no, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this. A gloved hand, it's a slim hand though, comes into view, and it flicks some coins in her direction. Mariposa Lil catches them. She looks down, looks up. Okay, enjoy your time. And she turns back to the bar. The hired gun is aghast by this, and he turns and he starts to quickly go up the stairs. And he's yelling at the first hired gun to get his old ass inside. The scene ends with the hooded figure raising up both hands, opening them, and they're gloved hands. Like fine black leather gloves. Again, very slim fingers are holding what appears to be some red-stained bones. At the bottom of the screen, it says in Latin. Get the translation: from blood to blood, from bone to bone. Rise and make work of my enemies. And the bones go flying out of the person's hands, and they land on the stairs. The second gunman looks down, his eyes get big as he watches the bones clatter and then quickly start to bubble up, and a skeletal head bursts from the bubbles and starts screaming like a little hungry baby. He screams and he turns, and as he turns, we see Culber smashing into the door, and Culber looks up and the screen goes black and the opening credits start with the words Deadlands, the Weird West.
Hello, players, and welcome to Savage Sessions, a production of Radio Salad Studios. My name is E.E. Morris, and will be your host, along with Chucky T, Big Stompy Robot, and of course our mascot, Toads McGoat. That's hooked up. For Deadlands, Weird West, Pass the Salt. I don't know about you, but I still haven't figured out the meaning of the title. But the more we play, the more we figure it out. And this is a system powered by Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, created by Pinnacle Entertainment. You should definitely check them out for all your role-playing needs. Now, as is tradition here at Savage Sessions, if there is any in-game currency, we'd like to start our players off with a little bit more. For this system, that comes in the form of bennies, and these are points players can spend to do cool and crazy things in the game, like survive. Yeah, and they may now gain a little bit more by giving us a 60-second intro of yourself and a who are you from the player's perspective. Who would like to go first?
Yes, the gentleman. Who would like to go on the clock?
I'm game either way.
You're up then.
Okay.
60 seconds, go.
Big Stompy Robot here, and I am reprising my role again this week as Doc Lightning. Doc is, your basic weird scientist, nothing super fancy, except that he walks around with a giant gun. It's got your general mad scientist apron in the front, backpack on the back. The gun hooks to, creates the magic, so to speak. Well, he fires. He's got a set of spectacles that actually adjust with different pieces or apertures, maybe is the word.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem much interested in other things other than mad scientist stuff. Gets easily distracted when he has a project or gets to play with a toy.
Yes, he does. Well done. Yeah, go ahead. Take your extra Benny. The bennies that you guys have, Doc Lightning is starting with 4. Now he's up to 5. Plays, if you would like a 60-second introduction.
Absolutely. So
you're on the clock.
Yep, you already know my name, but what you may not remember is Plays with Fire. Plays, as he goes by in certain circles, is a follower of the old ways. He's a traditional and family-centered indigenous through and through. But the thing that sets him apart is the fact that he absolutely loves modern, quote, technology. Also, quote, steam engines, steampunk, anything that runs as a motor or, is fully automatic, for the lack of a better phrase. This is all magical to him. And so he carries on his old ways and the traditions, but yet he's always willing to kind of go out and, at the risk of danger, enjoy this technology first.
Nice. Well done. Go ahead and take your extra Benny. And as our opening credits come to a close, we are again back in Lynchburg, except it is daylight out. And at the bottom of the screen, it says Lynchburg now. And let me take you guys over to Lynchburg. We go down towards Gold's pawn shop. Little sign below it says general store. This is not a general store, as our characters learned the last session. This is a pawn shop, and it is run by the shop is run by H.J. Kent. He is a slight man, dresses nice or as nice as he can afford. The distinguishing thing about him is his nose is missing and has been replaced by a chunk of gold fashioned into a nose. And he has that, it looks to be implanted on his face. He's thankful to the characters. We are in the back of the shop as the camera's going through the shop. And the four of you have helped him up. And HJ, my God, is leaning up back against one of the counters in the back, shakes his head, and again thanks you for intervening. Goes on to explain that he's not usually taken off guard like that, but those two bastards snuck in the back there, and they got me when I was preoccupied. What can I do for you, gentlemen? Anything in the shop I can get for you at a discount. I appreciate it so much.
Got any odd inventions people have sold you?
Odd inventions. He's glancing around. I usually don't truck much with the mad scientist. No offense.
None taken. I just know sometimes stuff comes up. So
I have a couple of things. And so he's going around to the back, and he's as he's milling around through things, he looks at the four of you, and so what brings you to Lynchburg?
we were coming here to meet an associate that has apparently had an untimely demise.
Oh, well, he's not really looking up at you. He's filtering through boxes. Huh. Well, I wish I could say that that's uncommon, but this again, sadly, is Lynchburg. People said I was crazy to set up shop here, but I have to say, business, go. It's not a whole lot, but he sets this little device down.
Okay.
Individual dropped it off, and ironically, as you're mentioning the demise of one of your associates, this individual also was unable to come back because he met his end of a rope. Wish I could say I remember all the details, but no. As for what it does, I have absolutely no idea. No idea. Could each of you please give me a notice roll?
Oh, that's not very good.
I got a 3.
That's not neither one of us. I got a 1 and a 2, so neither one of us are paying attention.
Right.
I got 5 pennies.
It's up to you. I mean, you can toss it if you want.
I'm just kind of taken by all of the.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of weird shit back here. Yeah, I'm
gonna toss the penny just for the hell of it. This is the last session of this game, right?
No. We got this one and one more.
Oh, we still got one more. Okay, that's still all right. There we go.
Okay, there's just 6. Yeah. As professors, you're looking at this little device, which honestly, as right away from the design, it looks to be just it's a repelling device of some kind. And honestly, it looks broken. It looks broken. But what catches your eye is there's a card sitting on the counter, It's black with silver embossment, and it reads Professor Nicholas Culber, Ingenious Devices, 7A King Wen Street, Shan Fran, California. All the rumors were true. Professor Culber was here. He was spending time with H.J. Kent.
I'm gonna pick up the card.
Yeah, please. You see, the professor has stopped oogling this miraculous device.
Well, I'm still paying attention to the device, but I grabbed the card.
Yeah, and you see him hold up the card. Shady Doug tilts down his tinted glasses and he grins. And he leans back. He's got his cards. He's just playing with the cards. And Father Sam is glancing around the room and just shakes his head. And oh, there is so much evil in this room. What is Plays doing?
So, the doctor's fascination with this device has got me totally enraptured. And
Okay.
I find it ironic that, HJ would have known the guy that we actually came to look for, because otherwise, how would he have had all these business cards? So I've got that connection rolling through my head.
Okay.
And then I just start looking at the device with a doctor, wondering if there's any way to get it working, and or you say a repelling device. What does it repel?
Oh, well, HK, HJ leans forward and, skinny kid had come through, wide-eyed, gonna hit it big with Ghost Rock, yada yada, same story I've heard 1,000 times before. Claimed you can put this thing down and it, how do you say it? Projected a something. Basically, it sounded like it makes a bubble. It makes a bubble. And if you're in the bubble, you're cool. If you're outside the bubble, you're not good. Anyway, he said he was going to come back. He pawned it off, and yeah, whatever. Well, the stuff that he wanted, he just wanted some mining supplies, and I guess things went poor bad for the kid.
Will you offer the device?
Oh, well, glances down. I'll take a few dollars for it. Yeah, about $10. I'll do $10. $10.
7.
Oh, give me a persuasion roll. Persuasion roll. Shady Dog glances around and he steps forward and he with 2 deft fingers he takes the business card, he flips it around, literally rolls it between his fingers, he catches it between his thumb and fingers and looks at it. He turns it, and HK kind of glances at the card, glances at Shady Dog, and Shady Dog smiles. And with his thick Cajun draw, what about this one?
Come on, persuasion.
What do we got here? Ooh, we got 3. 3. No, $10. $10. No, $10.
I'll offer
About
you a
7, and I've got a small chunk of Ghost Rock.
Ooh. Yeah, HJ he's torn between Doug, who's holding Culber and is staring at him intently. And he kind of wags his fingers back and forth, holding the card. And he looks back, he's getting nervous now. And he looks back and, fine, yes, okay. $8 and the Ghost Rock.
7 in the Ghost Rock.
And this, my good friend. And this time, in his other hand, the ethereal cards pop up in his hand and they whiffed away. And HJ's eyes, they get big, and he takes a step back. I don't want any trouble. Look, I had nothing to do with that old man. He came in, he had some crazy ideas. He showed me this little doodad. I have it. I have it. He said, look, he turns around now. He's quickly going through. He's glancing back. No, I had nothing to do with it. What happened to that old man at all? Nothing. And he started, here. And he pulls off the shelf and he flops this little chunk of metal down. And he glances around. And he says, "Oh, bucket." Um, uh, he came by. He was looking for investors, and he wanted to know if I wanted to be an investor. And he showed me this little device, and it's this little black box. It almost looks like a Aztec pyramid. You know, it just has like a fat, and then it just gets like another box until it gets to the top. And it's a little box at the top, and it looks like there's a spot where where you could hook up a tube out the back and then a tube out the front. And showed me this device, and he wanted investors. I told him I didn't do toys, and he laughed. And he told me that this toy is going to revolutionize the entire Great Maze. And he had a bucket that he brought with him, which I thought was ridiculous. And yeah, he points at the counter, and there's a small pile of salt at the end of the counter. Didn't think of it earlier because again, it's just a small, like maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of salt.
Okay.
He pushed this button. He pushes a button on the side. And no, excuse me, not a button. It's like a little lever, and he flips it down, and the little box, it starts to hum, and you guys can see the telltale signs of ghost rock being ignited.
Oh yeah, it's screaming. The doc's in love right now.
Oh yeah, and HJ's looking at us again. The camera's looking up from like almost like the viewpoint of the little toy, up at you guys, and as you guys are looking down, he HJ clicks it off and just says, anyway, he put this tube here into the little, it's like a little cup of water he said he got from, out by the docks. He brought it up with him. Who does that? Anyway, put the tube into the little cup. A few minutes later, and he's talking to me about how it's going to revolutionize so many things. It's going to bring prosperity to the Great Maze, and how I could be at the ground floor. Again, I can't tell you how many guys and gals come in here with all these high pressure dreams, and they're just like, again, who's going to invest in a toy? Anyway, the next thing I know, this thing's spitting salt all over my counter, and he holds a cup at the other end of this. He points at the other side, and there's a few drops of water start coming out, and didn't quite fill the cup up. It went about maybe halfway, and he starts drinking it. He offers it to me. I was like, I know what that ghost rock stuff is. I'm not drinking anything that has purified by ghost rock. I'm not doing that. I'm not crazy.
Well, the ghost rock's just power the machine. What he's essentially done is made a machine that can turn any source of salt water, purify it, make it drinkable.
Yay! I guess that's gonna be great for tea time.
It would be good for some places around the Great Maze that don't have accessible potable water.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I'm looking at this thing, And he picks it up and like, look, you said this guy was an associate of yours.
Yeah.
Well, here he hands it to you. Look, I'm not looking for trouble. I turned him down, uh, and then he told me he was in trouble, and that made that again. I have my own troubles. I don't need extra. And he told me that he was he wanted to know if I could help protect him. And I told him this is Lynchburg. You could throw a stake and find a gunslinger anywhere in this town. And I don't know, he got excited, and at this point I just wanted him out of my damn shop. So I told him about Manchester Andy and sent him on his way. Honestly, I wanted my shop back, and I sent your old friend off. I didn't do nothing to him after that. I've been here, and I've got people that can vouch for me.
I believe you.
Yeah, we're not accusing you. It's just helpful information.
Oh, good, because it's been a crazy day.
And yes, and plus this gadget is really, really cool.
It's all yours, my big friend.
Oh, you're an honorable man.
Shady nods, and he flips the card around. And,
okay, so we got a saltwater machine. We got a saltwater machine, and then I bought a perpetual repelling.
Yeah, it's a broken device. Because
won't be for long.
It won't be for long. So Shady Dog turns to, because I'm assuming that that Doc is, just transfixed by this little device.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's still
okay.
He can't decide, but the one works, so he's not as amused by that. The saltwater machine, that one actually still works. So
yes.
I mean, he could probably think of a few ways to improve it.
Oh yeah. It's yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
It's a small scale. That's more like a personal carry device.
Yeah.
But if somebody, but the Doc kind of understands that if you went to one of these towns that didn't have the potable water and had to go through a hassle to get it, you could very well make some money off of this.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the scene shifts, and you guys are outside. HJ bids you guys adieu, and he goes back into his shop. And Shady looks over at the Doc, who's looking over these devices. He looks at plays. He holds up the card. What do you think?
Yes, I was thinking about that when the address was made known, and it does rather strike me as interesting. Shall we find this shop?
If we leave now, we can be there well before dark. Shan Fran is not far from you guys.
Outstanding. I have a horse. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Ha ha ha.
Have a horse if the GM gives me one.
We do the montage where we see them getting scaffolded down to the dock of Lynchburg, and then getting on a boat, and then, because again, what used to be San Francisco is now referred to, after the Great Quake that created the Great Maze, has become Shan Fran, or as what others refer to as Little China. And let me take you guys and show you Shan Fran proper. There you guys go. So as you guys come into Shan Fran Bay, and you guys go onto the waterfront, this is 1875 Shan Fran. The architecture is a just awe-inspiring blend of Western architecture with a hybrid of Eastern Chinese architecture, subtly blended throughout the entire city. It is a bustling town. with a healthy rail system and a well-protected bay, Shan Fran offers almost limitless prosperity as long as you're on the top. So, as you guys are on the docks, the next part is finding Professor Culber's shop, Ingenious Devices, located in 7A King Wen Street in Shan Fran. What I need from you guys, each of you, this is a networking role. You can split up into groups of 2, which each of you can take either Shady Doug or Father Sam with you, or you could get a group of 4. Just to try and get a bearings as to where this place is.
What do you think, Everett? Will we find it faster if we split together? Stay together or split apart?
Yes, I believe the 2 groups of 2 would get us there a lot quicker.
Okay. Who wants to take Shady Doug and who wants to take Father Sam?
I would like to take Shady Doug if there are no objections.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I'll pick on the old priest while we're out and about.
Nice. All right. So I have the stats for Shady Doug and I have the stats for the priest, for Father Sam. And so how the networking goes is it's a social role. All right. You are the primary and Doug and Sam can back you up. Now, here's the fun part. If you crit fail this, you've insulted someone along the way and your group will be attacked.
Awesome.
If you fail this, there are certain individuals who do not want you to find Professor Culber will have been alerted. If you succeed this, I'll allow you guys a stealth roll to avoid being followed. If you get a critical success on a raise, then you'll be able to go to the shop without any issues. Okay? So, we'll start with Everett. Everett, Place of Fire and Shady Doug are moving around the waterfront. You were the primary. So, this is a social role. Okay? So, it can be it can be persuasion, taunt, intimidation.
I would like to do persuasion because, nice people respond nice.
Right. Okay. How do you want Shady Doug? Oh.
Ooh.
Never
mind.
mind.
There's your double ones right off the bat. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna have some fun.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me, sir. Oh, you want to put that knife away? Yeah.
We will come back to you, Everett, because there is no amount of Shady Doug rolling to bail you out of this one.
No.
Yeah, because even if he gets a raise on his support, that's only going to bring you to a 3. And so that's still, yeah. Yeah, okay. So you got the crit fail. So we're going to get some combat. We'll get into that in just a second. Greg. Oh, boy. Thank God the Father Sam is with you to keep you from just going off the rails on various things.
What kind of people are standing around me?
Holy crap. It is a smorgasbord. It is everything that the professor hates in life. Having to interact with.
Is there anybody that looks slightly scientific?
Oh.
something that might speak my language.
Okay. Okay. Hey, you give me that persuasion roll, and we'll have Father Sam back you up, and you can tell me how you want Father Sam to support you. It can be any skill as
Yeah, I'm not
long as
necessarily looking for another mad scientist. I don't care if it's a doctor, but
okay.
somebody
Yep,
that
yep.
has a scientific interest of some kind
Right.
that I might be able to relate to.
Right. Right. Yes.
So
No.
you
That no, that
said persuasion roll, right?
yes. Yes.
Where is my mouse? Oh, it's my mouse.
Now, Everett, while this is going on, I want you to think about exactly what went wrong with yours. So just think about that, and when I come back to you, have something ready.
There we go. 3 and a
Okay,
2.
okay, okay, 3 and 2, okay. Now Sam is there. You could toss a Benny to try and get something better. You only got a D4 and a D6, so it's up to you. Or you could try to see if Sam
I'm gonna
can support
throw
you.
a Benny.
See if the Benny. Oh, okay, all
There
right.
we go. There's a
7.
7.
Oh, do you want Sam to give you support? If he gets a success, that bumps up to a raise, which means you'll be able
Yes,
to
I want
find the spot
support.
fast. All right. So how do you want Sam to support? How do you think Sam is supporting Professor or Doc Lightning?
He's probably smoothing over any of my awkwardness.
Nice. Nice. So hey, how about this? Let's go with faith. Let's go with faith. So that's just him coming in and no, actually, let's go repair. Let's go repair. Roll me 2d6. 2d6. Because he can follow you up on some of the jargon.
2d6, you said?
Yeah,
Over to
2d6.
this thing. Dice roll. Ding. 2d6, 4 and 4.
4. Okay, then all you need is that's a +1, so that makes it an 8. So, Greg, for the audience, in your head, real quick, what does this scene look like? What just happened?
So I see somebody that looks scholarly or scientifically looking or whatever. I approach them politely and as I don't know if innocent is the word to use, but I just try not to be I try not to be my awkward self.
Yeah,
Walk up to them.
right, right. Okay.
I said, "Good day, sir." And I just generally ask for directions from the guy.
Right. All right. Yeah. Okay. You got a photograph of the guy, which, um,
Well,
yeah.
I'm actually I haven't pulled out the photograph yet. I
Oh,
just
okay.
said that I'm looking for my friend's shop, and this is
Okay.
the address. And how can I was wondering if you might be able to help me find it.
Okay. All right. Well, the guy is, he's kind of hemming and hawing. He says that it's, one of his buddies is like, oh yeah, no, yeah, that's in the Red Lantern town. And on the map, you can see I have a little marker.
Okay.
So as you guys are getting this, uh, you had agreed to meet up on the waterfront. There was a noodle shop, a very colorful noodle shop. Um, and that's where you guys had agreed that in a few hours you were going to meet back here. So you're back at the noodle shop with Sam, and you guys are eating when there's a lot of people start running past your direction.
Oh boy.
Sam glances around because one of the people says that big Indian son of a bitch is killing them all. And you and Sam kind of look at each other and glance back. And the camera quickly zips down the waterfront. Well, shit, Everett. You didn't even get off the main thoroughfare of the fucking waterfront before shit went south.
Yeah.
exactly what happened?
So basically, I'm an indigenous native, and
Yeah,
nobody bloody wants to talk. And even if I were to have the ability to convince them to talk to
right.
Shady Doug,
Yeah,
if it just, pardon me, ma'am, nothing, just kept on going. Pardon me, sir, nothing, kept on going. I asked a police officer, or who appeared to be a police officer,
right, right.
I'm looking for an address, and he just gives me the elevator look up and down, and he's like, I don't,
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
And
What
he,
what was the final straw?
the final straw with plays.
Yeah, before you lost your shit.
Um, I actually went into a shop,
Oh no.
and I was like, I am trying to find an address and wondering if you guys can help me. And the shop owner looks just right into my eyes. We have no assistance for your type. Now you may
Height,
leave. Yeah,
height. Yes.
yeah. And
Yes.
this is just not going to work, you know.
And
And
then
so
he looked. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes,
no,
go ahead.
you're fine. Um, I got so angry that I brought my hand down in order to smash through a display case, and I stopped it about a half an inch away from literally smashing it all the way through. And I just quietly walked out. No.
No, 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 no. It escalated. What went wrong? You got a crit fail. It went bad for
Oh,
you.
okay. So it went horrible. Yeah.
It went
So,
bad for you.
so I'll stand on the fact that I did not smash through the case, but I
Okay.
swung the door open and slammed it on my way out, and all the plate glass in the doorway shattered.
Fuck yes. Fine China. Fine China. And the dude is a little Chinese guy, comes running out and he points and he's you cannot understand an effing word. And you and Shady Doug look at each other, and all you is he's a little dude dressed in traditional Chinese garb of a middle class shop owner. So, however your headcanon fills that in, that's how this guy is dressed. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, all these young toughs start coming out of nowhere. They're brandishing hatchets, they got sticks, they got big ass swords, and also the next thing you know, they're all lined up behind him. And the guy's huffing and puffing, and all of them, because he just points at his shop. He's staring at the two of you, and all of their heads turn in unison into the shop. And the guy's wife is looking around, and she looks up and she sees all these guys looking at her, and she looks around all of a sudden, and she drops to her knees, and and all the young toughs, their heads snap back in their direction, and the guy who's the shop owner who's pointing into his shop, it goes from pointing at the shop to pointing at the two of you, and he says something else, and all 12 of these guys come barreling at you and Shady Doug. Doug glances around, looks at you. Well, my friend, I can tell you this with all honesty. I don't know what that young man said, but all I can tell you now is it is better to run. And he turns and he tries to run. And as soon as he turns, he makes two steps. And we see Doug smash into a large Chinese guy. And as Doug is falling back, the guy catches him. Remember, Doug is dressed nice. And he's got that little, like, the bow tie thing going on, right? And the guy grabs Doug's lapel and is holding him at arm's length as Doug's arms are waving, and you got these 12 guys running up. Go ahead, give me a fighting roll.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. That's a success. So, yes, as these guys are come running up, and it's you got the axe out, and are you trying to kill these people? Because I mean, again, self-defense is self-defense. Hold on a second. There we go. So are you trying to kill these people, or are you just, just trying to get them off of you and get them off of Doug?
I just want to, slow them down and create some space and get away. I mean, yeah, I've not got a lot of friends right now, but
Right.
I don't want to make more enemies.
So real quick, because you got the success, so that's going to get, as the 12 of them are running up, like only so many of them can come at you. At least that's what you're used to. These people are like little yippity dogs. And they're just jumping through the air. They're bouncing off of each other. Their feet are slamming into you. Their fists are slamming you as you're swinging the axe. It's like catching a bunch of fish in a net. And you're like, we watch as the audience as the axe comes up and it careens into one guy. And it's just like, as that guy careens into 3 more guys and they go flopping to the ground. And then next thing you know, 2 more guys come running up and they just start pelting you with hit punches and kicks. You manage to save Doug from being just pounced by this big guy. What does that look like?
So my intention is not to maim him, but to disable him. Right.
Okay, you got the 5. So what does that look like to you?
Yeah. So is he much taller than me?
No. He's just a chunky boy. He's just a chunky boy.
Okay. So at that point, I just want to punch him. I just want to knock him out.
Sure. Okay.
And so, what happens is, yes, he evades my first punch, but what he doesn't see is, as I've got my axe back on my belt, as he dodges the hit, I swing around with the axe, and I don't hit him on the sharp edge, obviously, but I go to hit him in the head with the flat side.
And it connects, and he lets go with Doug. You catch Doug before he goes all the way to the ground, and as the big guy falls face first, and he hits, and all of a sudden, everyone that was fighting you, they stop, and they take a couple steps back. Oh, shit. Oh, and one, like this little skinny little Chinaman goes over, and he points, and he goes, oh, he just killed Boss Man Louie. He just killed Boss Man Louie. And everyone, so it's just all through the entire street. People are pointing at you and Doug, and they're pointing at the guy you just put to the ground. Boss Man Louie! And women and children are coming into the street, and they're brandishing knives and axes and stuff. And that's when Professor and Doc Lightning and Sam are trying to push their way through the crowd that has been trying to encircle you so you two can't go anywhere. And yeah, gentlemen, I'm going to let you guys go first. So we're going to start with I'm going to start with plays. You've got a bunch of people. They're starting to circle you guys, essentially creating, in the street a mini arena. So if you picture the street is about 40 feet wide,
right?
Okay. So you got roughly 30, 40 feet around you. Again, that's not a lot of room if you think about it. It's not really. But no, if you try to go to the edge, that's where a lot of people have got knives and, makeshift weapons or whatever it is. And yeah, they want to mete out some justice because apparently you just dropped a local hero.
Hmm.
So what do you want plays to do?
So I'm gonna liken this to the scene from The Matrix
Okay.
where the agent continuously reproduces and reproduces. And so, in order to get a visual, so what have I got? I got the bow and arrow and I've got the
Yep.
axe.
You got the big ass axe. Yep.
Yeah. And so I am going to turn into a sprinkler of death and with both hands just spin around and I'm not really holding any restraint at this point because it can't get any worse.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm just going to start knocking people down and trudging over their dead bloody bodies.
Just a spin. Just boom, 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 boom. Okay. Doug is glancing around, and as soon as you hunker down and you glance at Doug and you hoist up the axe and you just make a big wide cleave. Go ahead, give me a fighting roll.
Knock on wood, baby. Come on. This better be a good one.
This better be a good one.
Oh, sure, a 22. So that's fine.
Oh, what the
Holy
heck?
shit.
Like,
That sprinkler just went off full speed.
well, see, but when you got, oh, okay, oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, because it's a 12 plus 10. Holy shit! Yeah, you aced one, yeah. Yeah, holy shit, plus 10. Oh my god. So cha-ching. Yeah, is Doc as you guys are coming up and plays, you see Father Sam, because again, Father Sam's significantly taller than Doc Lightning. And you see him because you see the cross and then you see the big shotgun. And Sam glances around and people aren't moving, and he holds up the shotgun and just, boom, 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 boom. And that gets the people to clear, but it's not enough of a clearing for the four of you to run away. So you assist him. So in your head, that 22, what just happened with that 22?
So as I am trying to get to where the doctor and the priest are.
Uh-huh.
Now, are they kind of in the back of the crowd?
Yeah. And they've kind of got some people cleared, but not completely.
Okay, so basically, I've become a human weed whacker. I see them, and it's like literally just left, right, and whoever's in the way is falling down.
Men, women, and children. That's all we see from Play's point of view. Is we see because again, Play's the big son of a bitch, and he's got that two-handed axe, and he spins it around. Now, thankfully, you spin it around, and you have the blunt edge. Because killing people here is not, because you've never been to Shan Fran, like ever. You've heard of it, never been here.
If I want information, I don't want to be a target too.
Right. So
it's a little too late for that.
Yeah, it's all we see are heads just and blood and teeth and people just flopping to the ground. And we see Shady Dog is holding on to the waistband of Place, and he's hunkered down and he's just swinging and moving along. It's like, oh my god! And Shady Dog is just getting splashed with blood, and people are reaching up, and we see Shady kick someone off, and he glances around and he's yelling at Plays, left, right, keep going forward. That's right. Come on, come get some. And Father Sam has glanced around, and behind them, like you guys are almost to Father Sam and Doc Lightning. And Father Sam, as he glances around, he looks behind him, and there's still people starting to fill in behind. And what is Doc Lightning doing?
Well, as soon as he walked into into the area.
Uh-huh.
He fired up the lightning.
Yeah, and everyone's
And
so
and that is, it's screaming because he turned it up.
oh shit.
And he's doing it mostly to hopefully scare people to step back or make a bigger opening. But if he
Nice.
has to fire, he ain't gonna hesitate.
Oh yeah, exactly. And Father Sam's looks down like, oh no, 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 no. And so is the doctor like cackling and like waving this giant, can
Oh
of death
yeah,
around? Give me an intimidation roll.
he's well more than yeah, because he's actually trying to get him to step back.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Yeah. Give me an intimidation roll. That's fantastic.
I don't. Yeah, I guess that's going to be an unskilled role. I have weird science, but I don't have intimidation.
Oh shit. Really? He doesn't have intimidation?
Nope. He has persuasion. No.
Oh no, fuck that. No, no, no.
Weird
No.
science.
Like he might no, fuck that. That's a mistake on my end. No, give him a D6 in intimidation. Yeah, so roll me 2d6. Yeah, 2d6, but you're gonna add 2 to this because that is a giant cannon of death. And it is loud and it is frightening when he really cranks this puppy up. There you go. There you go.
So I need
2d6,
to
you
roll
got a
again.
6 and a 1, so yes, roll me another d6, please. Nice, you got an 8. That's a success. That's a raise. Yeah. And a couple people are, again, they're looking forward, and then they see this giant scout just leveling people left and right. It is literally, when he says, I'm a weed whacker of people, he is not exaggerating. He is just bowing these people down and just stepping over top of them. Whether they're alive or dead, you guys can't tell. Oh, wait, no, never mind. A couple of them are moving. Okay, we might not be in that big of trouble. And then Doc Lightning just starts cackling, and he pops this baby up, and the ghost rock it goes. Usually it's a controlled hum. This time it's not. It's just a full blown boom, and the lightning starts ricocheting off of it, and it starts. It's like one of those Tesla balls where if you're too close to this, you can see the electricity coming off of touching people. And that's what's happening. But that's what the doctor has just become. And that's enough to clear people out, and you guys are able to break out of the waterfront and start running in the general direction off the waterfront through Heavenly Park and into Lantern Town, which is where where Professor Culber's lab is at. So the scene shifts. We see the 4 of you are in a narrow alleyway. Each of you are catching your breath. Blaze and Doug are leaning out and they're glancing around. And Doug looks up at Blaze and nods and says, "Oh, again, with a thick Cajun accent, I think we lost him." Yeah, he leans against the side of the building and takes his glasses off, and he's breathing heavy. The only one who's not breathing heavy is Blaze. He's the only one that's not breathing heavy. My God, these people are out of shape. But then again, that was a harsh run. Directly across the street, you can see a simple black sign that says Ingenious Devices. And it's a crappy little, like, just narrow 2-story building. All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, I look at the crowd or the group of us and I say, well, we found it.
The doc is excited. He gets to go see another guy's lab.
Yeah. Oh boy. Right off the bat, there's problems. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
The front door is it's not busted off the hinges, but it has been forced open.
Okay.
As soon as you guys walk in, it's because the door opens. It's a narrow set of steps going up to a second floor. Up on the second floor, you got the landing. It looks like it may have been a 2-bedroom apartment, I guess you could call it that.
Yeah.
It's primarily like a workshop. Well, what's left of it anyway. There's stuff scattered all over the place. Furniture has been tipped over. Well, what little furniture is actually in here. There is a counter that, again, a lot of it looks like it's not kind of, a secondhand countertops that have been brought in and, just screwed to the walls. There's broken beakers and just a plethora of scientific equipment and tools are scattered all over the place. And there's a couple of dead, rotting bodies in here. Well, rotting may be an extreme. I mean, they're dead, and they've been here for, it looks like, a couple of days by the looks of it. So you got 2 dead bodies. You
Anybody
have...
recommend?
Oh, no. There's just 2 unfortunate assholes. The wounds on them are very similar. You guys have seen wounds like this before, when you guys were in Lynchburg. So we're gonna start with with Doc, as you're going around and you're looking for just anything to give you an idea of, like, okay, well, apparently he truly wasn't paranoid. Like, somebody found him here in Shan Fran, tried to kill him, and the old man fled Shan Fran, wound up in Lynchburg, and was killed in Lynchburg for something. One of the things that you find that sticks out to you is under some of the tools, there are several, like, origami looking menus. And there is and they're all for a shop, and it is written on it is a Mr. Howe, Hou, Mr. Howe. And there is the top of it is a Jade Pavilion, is what is at the top of these menus, and there's quite a few of them, and there's notes written on these in German. So whatever was happening at this Jade Pavilion seemed very important. Plays, you have Shady Doug is essentially your ally.
Yeah.
Would you like him to try and help you?
Oh, sure.
Like, just is there anything here that might help you figure out what the hell is going on? So here's what I want you to do. Shady Doug is going to use his magic. Now, okay, let me rephrase that. It can be any skill that you think Shady Doug can use. Now, he's good at magic. But if you roll a 1 on the skill die, Shady Doug suffers backlash, and that could be very bad for you guys. So something he can use his magic, or he can use a different skill. It's up to you. What do you think?
Well, if he was to use his magic, exactly what would he be doing? Maybe would he be able to bring back an ethereal replay of what happened?
Yes, he actually can.
Awesome. Let's roll. What am I doing?
Okay, it's a D8 and a D6.
Okay, so let me learn how to use a mouse.
Well, shit, Doc. That's not as much fun as the severed head idea. You were already getting that readied up. Oh my God. You got 2 and a 6. Nicely done.
And I aced the 6.
You guys aced the 6. Well done. You got a 9. That's a success. That's a raise. So your 7 goes up to a 9 as Doug is bringing up the cards, and the air seems to get sucked towards him as the cards manifest in his hand, and he flips them around and he throws them into the air. They all explode outward in a violent dome of energy. And as that cascades down, you can see what appears to be the old man, and he's talking to the 2 men that are dead on the ground. And one of the men, a burly guy, turns, and again, they're talking, but it sounds like it's really far away and it's a little disjointed. But you manage to pick up where the burly guy is telling the doctor to pick up the pace, that we got to get out of here, that crazy bitch is right behind us. And Culber is telling these men that this is important. He can't just leave without his notes. And the second guy is looking at the stairwell. He shakes his head. He looks back and he says that there isn't enough time. They're fucking here. A skeletal figure comes running up the stairs, slams into the first guy. Another one comes bounding out, lands on the second guy, and Culber screams, and you see him shove the little, like, water toy into a satchel. He goes to grab some papers off of a desk. When he turns, there's the skeletal figures have already finished the 2 henchmen. And he drops these papers on the desk, and he turns to the only window in the room, and the old man literally throws himself out of that window. And the skeletal figures go running towards that window, and they dive out the window after him. And that's when the vision ends. And Shady Doug drops to the ground, and he's out of breath. On that desk, you guys find that it looks like there's some remains of blueprints, but they're in a wastebasket, and it looks like someone burnt them. But there's a little bit left. But the other thing that's sitting up there is that it looks like there are some agricultural scientific papers that the assailant apparently didn't deem important. But there are notes written in English on the side, and there are sections of this, but they deal with agriculture. And it talks about hold on one second. They deal with the poor farming in the maize. And Culber was writing notes saying that his invention will fix this. His invention will fix this. I have to show Mr. Howe and bring in the States on the side, bring this with me for my next meeting with Howe. And then it makes another on the side, it says, mention this to Harmon. And that's noted, like, and mention this to Harmon, and there's a section of the paper, this agricultural paper about the Great Maze, again, talking about the short supply of practical agriculture in the Great Maze. As you guys are looking at this, you can hear from the stairwell that there are people running around, and you hear someone yell out, "Yeah, I saw those four. They went in there." What are the two of you doing?
Yeah, I look at the and I look at the doctor and I say to myself and I say to him out loud, we're found. So what I would like to do is grab what remains of that burnt paper
Okay.
and hold on to that so I can maybe decode or sort it out later.
Okay.
And that's got these other people's names on it.
Yep.
Okay. So that'll be good to have. And let's maybe leave out the back if they're coming up the front.
Okay, so you guys gonna go out that window?
Sounds like it.
Okay, give me athletics rolls. If you crit fail this, your character actually, okay. All right, so if you crit fail, you actually take damage. If you fail, you suffer bumps and bruises, and the next scene that we're going to go into, your character has fatigue. Well, hell's fire. Look at that. Give me a
You knew
second.
the doctor was going to fail it.
So please, you can take the failure, which means that this next scene that you're going into, you'll be at a -1 to all your actions.
Well, I got 6 bennies. I'd like to re-roll it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Toss that Benny on the table and then click reroll. Greg Sadly, Doc Lightning, roll double ones.
Yeah,
That's a botch. You cannot spend bennies on this.
I did that once.
It was my turn. I knew it was coming, but I didn't think it would be at this point.
Ooh, twos.
Yeah,
It's a 4.
Looks like a 3.
Okay, 3 so fail. Okay, so you'll be at fatigue. That means that this next scene, in just this next scene, you'll be at a -1 for actions. Now, the doc, on the other hand, I'm going to roll 2d6. Okay, I got an 8. What is Doc Lightning's toughness?
5.
A 5.
5.
Okay. That is not enough to do a wound, but the doctor is shaken. So that means in this next scene, you will be suffering -2 to all of your actions. Just for the scene.
Shaking icon. I clicked the shaking icon on my sheet, so we'll see if that works.
Okay. Oh, we're okay. All right. The next part is Father Sam comes out and he lands as gracefully. So basically, as you guys are coming out the window, there's almost a sheer drop, and there's just a simple awning underneath of you. Plays hits it first, and he goes right through it and lands unceremoniously on the ground, rolls out of the way, and while Doc thought that Plays is going to catch him, and it didn't work out like that, and so Doc goes almost face first into the concrete below. Excuse me, the cobblestone. Plays, you managed to pull Doc out of the way as Father Sam goes out the window. Doug manages to hold on to him, and Doug's complaining the whole way as to why he wasn't able to go first. And so he's holding on to Sam. Doug glances over his shoulder as 4 guys are trying to push their way up the stairs, and he lets Sam go, and Sam drops, just barely missing Doc Lightning, and then Doug scurries his way out. The cards appear in his hand, and as he drops, he lands like a sack of potatoes. And he rolls over and he stretches his back. Oh, that did not work as it was supposed to. And the 4 of you literally limp your way away from the shop, hit a couple of side alleys. Greg, Everett, start with Everett. Everett, this is going to be a resisted roll.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
going to roll a D8 and a D6 for the mob that is chasing you.
We're screwed.
You are setting the difficulty.
Right.
Okay. So now here's how it works. You're the primary, so you got a 5. Now, Doc, Doug, and Sam can support or even test the opposing group. My question to you, though, is do you want that 5 or do you want to try and get something higher? Remember, you're only rolling a D4 and a D6, but you might get the ace.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. Do you want to spend the Benny to try and get something better?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're almost done for the session.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Toss that Benny and click reroll.
22, baby. Are you bloody?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, okay. Got a 4. Okay, so you got a 5. All right. Now remember, that's actually 4 because you're suffering from bumps and bruises. So you got a 4. So now between the two of you, remember, I'm rolling for the mob. Right now, their difficulty to find you is only 4. How do you want Doc, Sam, and Doug to help? Right? It could be any skill whatsoever, as long as you can justify how it's helping you or how it's hindering the mob.
Right.
You can test them or they can support. So between the two of you, how are the other 3 helping to avoid what's this justice?
So just off the top of my head, we've got the magnanimous Doug. And my question is, does he have any powers that would basically be like a huge wind to knock the crowd down?
Yeah,
Or
he can do that.
some sort of
Yeah,
force?
he could do that. He could do that. All right. Yeah, he could do. Okay, so that's gonna be testing the other crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. So not a problem. So here's what I want you to do is roll me that D8 and a D6. This will also be a -1.
Sure.
Ooh. 2 and a 5. Okay. Got the 5. That's 5 becomes a 4. Doug does have bennies. So how about we toss a Benny from Doug?
Yeah.
And re-roll that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay, so you got a 5. That 5 becomes a 4. Okay, it's a choice to you. It's either a +1 to your 4, which will bump up to a 5, or when I roll that D8 and D6, I'm gonna subtract 1 from that. It's your choice.
Yeah, we're gonna do a +1 to the group. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 5. All right, good. Now, Greg, we got
Yeah.
Doc and Sam. How do you want them to help? Do you want them to do a support, which means for every success, you add +1, or if you get a raise, you add +2, or do you want to try and test the crowd to make it a little bit easier for you guys?
I'm thinking because I could support him, we could possibly push it. We're at what's he at right now? A 4?
No, right now it's up to a 5.
Or it's at 5?
Yeah, so the bad guy's difficulty right now is 5. They're rolling a D8 and a D6.
So like maybe since it's another crowd, and I love crowds so much, maybe I try the intimidation thing again.
Well, if you're using your lightning gun, that's actually weird science. So you can actually roll weird science, and then that's you using the lightning gun in some way.
Yeah, just to either try and keep them back or push them back or.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna
Right.
go that route. That's what I'm
Okay.
gonna do.
Perfect. Perfect.
So
There we go.
there's a 7, which would be what, a 5 because I'm still shaking.
Yes. For this scene, yes. So that's a 5. So that would be a +1. So now the bad guy's difficulty will go up to a 6.
Okay.
Okay. Or you could toss a Benny and try to re-roll, but I know you're getting low on Bennies. And you still have Father Sam.
So he can try and help too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what Sam does. I mean, I've had
Okay.
+1.
All right, so up to a 6. All right. How do you think? Remember, Sam's got that big shotgun.
Maybe he just steps up like he's back to back with me. I don't know, like is the crowd encircling us or?
Well, we'll get to the narrative in just a second. But do you want him to use that gun and just maybe pop
Yeah,
shots? Okay, so
like
go ahead,
just
roll me
pop
two.
a shot
Yeah,
in the air.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, roll me 2d6.
There's a 4.
Okay, well, okay, one and a 4. Okay, so that's gonna get another +1. All right, so now the difficulty is 7. So, do you want me to roll for the group, or do one of you want to roll for the mob? Their difficulty right now is 7, which is pretty good. How do you guys want me to do this?
You might as well have some fun rolling.
Okay, all right. So I'm rolling a d8 and a d6, and I rolled a 4 and a 1. I don't like that, so I'm going to toss one of my bennies. Remember, I only have 3. So d8, d6. This time I rolled a 2 and 3. So I only got a 4. That means that you guys got a 7. Not enough for a raise, but it's enough for a success. So,
Okay.
Plays is guiding the group through these alleys, and Doug, as everyone run past, Doug turns, and the cards appear, and he lets them loose. And as the cards, like they're a fraction of an inch away from his hand, and the violent energy swirls around, and it picks up debris and other things that are in the alleyway, including a person, and sends them cascading out towards the crowd that's coming after you guys. And that seems to thin them out a bit. The professor, as everyone runs by, fires up the lightning gun, pivots around, and well, I'm sorry, Greg. In your head, how is the professor helping?
Yeah, he's just hoping that the noise of the gun, because he's cranking it up again,
Okay, all right, yeah. Well,
make the crowd.
right, and there's a lot of people that remember what happened and on the waterfront, so that seems to help. And then Father Sam backs him up by again, he's taller, the professor, and he just starts popping shots off, at the ground and at the walls, and just a shotgun because it's rapid fire. It's just boom, 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 and just explosions going off. So yeah, so as this scene ends and your group has successfully scared off a large chunk of the mob, and Plays, you guide them into a narrow alleyway as what's left of the mob comes running by. They run past you guys. Plays, you step out, you glance around, you have no idea where you're at. You've been running for quite some time. And as you're waving for your friends to come out of the alleyway, you hear a young woman call to you from a small house across the street. And she points at Plays, and motions for you. Hurry, hurry, here, here, hurry, hurry, here, here. They'll come back and they'll find you. Hurry, here, here. Do you go with the woman or do you go off?
Well, it worked in Star Trek. Let's no,
Nice.
let's go with the woman. Yeah.
Nice. Doc, are you see the woman beckoning Plays, and Plays is moving towards her, and Plays is waving for you guys to follow him. Do you
Sure.
think this is a good okay? Well, Doug and Sam look at each other. Doug shrugs, and the four of you go into the small house and the narrow street somewhere in Shan Fran, and the camera's dollying up as we watch our heroes go into this house. And as soon as the door shuts, several of the mob come running back. And the screen goes black, and the credits start to roll. That's a wrap for this week. Join us again here at Radio Salad Studios, home for Savage Sessions.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and hit that bell icon to be notified when new episodes are released.
Until we see each other again,
Go out there,
be safe,
have fun,
and may the dice be with you.
always.
This game references the Savage Worlds game system, available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings, and unique characters, locations, and characters, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group.